Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about The Phoenician Scheme. And this movie came out in 2025, and it's Wes Anderson's latest movie, and the ones that I own currently on physical media. And these are movies that I mostly love, or at least I'm willing to watch again. And just because I don't own all of his movies doesn't mean I don't like the ones that I don't own. But for those who don't know, he directed Rushmore, The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Moonrise Kingdom, which is my favorite out of everything he's done, The Grand Budapest Hotel, my second favorite, and Fantastic Mr. Fox is pretty great as well. And those three are 10 out of 10 movies for me, and Isle of Dogs is great. I really enjoyed that one as well. And then we get to the two that came out this decade, the 2020s. We got The French Dispatch and Asteroid City. I like French Dispatch. I've only seen it once, and Asteroid City I've seen twice, and unfortunately I didn't love it. It's probably my least favorite, but I would have to rewatch Bottle Rocket and French Dispatch to really know the answer to that. And I was going in with hopes that this would be good, and there were things that I obviously knew going into it, like it would probably be very well shot, like all of his movies, and have that look to it, and have like symmetry and everything that I love about his movies visually, like I've said already. And I gotta say, out of everything that he's released in the 2020s decade as of recording this, and that's including the short films that he released on Netflix called The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. There was also The Swan, The Ratcatcher, and Poison. Out of everything that he's released in the decade 2020s, that is, this one's probably my favorite. I love the comedic moments. I love how quirky this movie is, and they just really worked for me, and it kept me going throughout the entire film. And I also love the character dynamics in this film. Like the main character played by Benicio del Toro, you don't like him at all, because you just see him as a cold and distant person, and everything that you would hate about a character like this is just in his character. But the movie has a clever way of making you like these characters, and in any other movie, it would be almost impossible to make you feel as though, what do these characters even like about each other? Why are they all together? But this movie makes it feel as though what we're seeing on screen feel natural instead of forced. Because I never once felt as though the reason why these characters are together, it didn't feel forced to me, and I thought the acting in this movie was pretty great. It had a really great cast as well, and there are some big names in this movie that don't have a lot of screen time, so go into the movie knowing that might benefit your experience a little bit, possibly. But I personally wasn't disappointed by that, simply because of what the movie was going for, and I personally wasn't bored at any point in this movie, and there were some really great scenes in this movie that I will remember for a while. Like the basketball scene was awesome, and the robbery scene was pretty fantastic as well. Those are probably going to be iconic moments from this movie. Possibly. Like if you want to think of one thing that's going to stand out from this movie, or two, those would probably be it. And what really surprised me about this movie is that the things that I love about Wes Anderson movies, and what really brought a connection between me and his movies that were even Bottle Rocket all the way up to Isle of Dogs, that emotional connection that I had to those movies was found in this movie. Like, I really connected with what the movie was going for. I thought the dialogue was great and very well written, and just about everything that this movie was doing worked for me. The music worked for me. I didn't feel as though it was cliched music that was getting on my nerves. It felt memorable and was used sparingly at times and never ruined the scene. And the movie looks great, just like every one of his movies, except for Bottle Rocket. That's the only one that doesn't have this kind of look to it, but still, not to say that movie looks bad. But one thing that made this movie stand out, and this is kind of somewhat of a new thing for Wes Anderson to do, is just have scenes in black and white and also be kind of, in a way, different, and him trying to do something a bit different from what he's been doing in the past. Like, I don't really remember his previous movies doing this kind of thing, but he's definitely trying to do something different. And I like when a movie is different. I like when a movie takes risks. I will say this much, I'm not really sure what all of it means to me. Mostly probably because I've only seen this movie once, and there's definitely things to interpret and take out of the movie, probably. And sure, the answer is probably going to be very simple, but I would like to rewatch this movie and really analyze it to figure out what exactly is all this saying and what does it all mean. And my only issues with this movie would be just some logical moments that just didn't make sense, some obvious dubbing. When Benicio del Toro was like sitting down, he was talking according to the audio, but when you look at him, his mouth wasn't moving at all. I was like, really? They just did that? That was pretty obvious to me. There was a pretty obvious cut towards the end of the movie that they tried to mask by making everything dark, but that didn't work for me. I clearly noticed that. The third act had some clumsy elements to it, but most of it worked pretty well for me. And I will definitely be watching this movie again. I loved it, thought it was great, and I would highly recommend it. I think it's Wes Anderson's best movie since Isle of Dogs, and I feel pretty confident about that. Not as good as my favorites, for sure, but I would like to see it again, like all of his movies. So, with all that being said, I'm going to give The Phoenician Scheme an 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of The Phoenician Scheme, and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Black Bag. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.